Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm your guest host, Grayson Armstead, and we're very happy to be talking with Kelvin Coelho. He is the CEO and co-founder of MeVu. Kelvin, did I pronounce everything correctly?
Yeah, Kelvin Coelho. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Well, we're glad to have you here. So tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, so we're building a peer-to-peer sport betting application. We're utilizing some blockchain technology, but essentially what we're doing is we're able, with this technology, to cut fees of traditional sports books down from 10 to 2%. We can source players' funds transparently and securely. Payouts are also automatic and quick, and there's no third parties involved. There's a bunch of other benefits as well, but those I would say are the main top three ones.
And how? So let's say you and I wanted to make a bet. What would that look like?
Yeah, so it's peer-to-peer model. So let's say we want to bet on Golden State and the Cleveland Cavs tonight at the game 3. So let's say I want to put $50 down, and I decide the odds, so I can pick the odds are. But for our example, let's keep it simplistic, 1-to-1. So I put $50 down that the Golden State's going to win, and you agree with those odds, and so you send your $50 to our contract, and you agree on those odds, and then once that game is settled, so let's say Golden State actually wins, then I would get your $50 minus a 3% fee, and that 3% fee gets paid out to MeVu.
Okay, well, I'll take a straight-up bet that Cleveland's going to win Game 3 and Golden State's going to lose. Do you want to do that bet?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to take that bet, but yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we'll do it. No, I love this concept. It's great because how many times are you on the golf course or just making bets about trivial things with friends, especially on vacation and things like that? It's a great concept. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Well, how did you get started?
Yeah, so I had the idea for it about 3 years ago, and at the time I was trying to build it out and with an existing model, and it just wasn't working. So eventually I actually ran to a friend of mine that was going to school with Vitalik Buterin, and Vitalik is the co-founder of Ethereum itself. And he was telling me about how this blockchain would be able to solve a lot of the issues I was having on trying to build out MeVu. So I kind of dove into it, had my technical co-founder as well, and we've been working full-time on it the last 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been building out the project.
Let me interrupt you right there.
We're at a beta.
Let me interrupt you just for a second.
Sure.
For our listeners that may not be familiar with blockchain, it's a word that's been going around. It's a buzzword that's been going around, and I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what that is. Is that something you could explain in a short period of time?
Yeah, so it is a little hard to explain as well. But essentially it is just like a general ledger where essentially everybody's information is completely viewable and transparent, but you don't know who exactly owns what, like, let's call it account number, right? So if I were to send money, you don't know my account number, you don't know who owns that account, but you'll be able to see me sending the money to you, and then you'll be able to see that money if you were to send it to, Joe down the street, for example. So everybody can see where all money is at all times. No money is ever going to be created more than that, except for securing the blockchain, and it runs on the computer of the world, I guess. So there's no single point of failure. So you can't hack into my computer and essentially take care of your funds or steal your funds because it runs on the computers of the world. It's like a network. So it's like a peer-to-peer sharing network. And so there's different things that can be built on top of this blockchain as opposed to just store money and send it back and forth. Now they can build out these smart contracts that when, let's say, event A happens, it triggers event B. And let's say that is finalized event B, then event C or like a payout happens. And that's kind of like the model that we're using right now is that, event A is I send the money into a contract. Event B, you agree to the terms and odds and you send your money to the contract as well. And then event C is as soon as winner is determined, the payout happens automatically. And so you are able to track that process all the way through. And the fees and the money transfer is actually very cheap as opposed to the traditional banking system right now where you do e-transfer or, a wire, for example.
That's an excellent explanation, much better than what I could have done. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And didn't mean to interrupt your chain of thought. What were you about to say when I interrupted you about the blockchain explanation?
Yeah, so I guess in terms of our development right now, we're actually about to launch our beta that we're really excited about. And our beta is going to be launched for the World Cup. So we're going to allow people to kind of go onto our platform, test it out, help us fix through the bugs, and actually there's going to be about $160,000 worth of our token up for grabs. And essentially all you have to do is participate, is sign up with an account, and you predict who you think are going to win the World Cup games. The more games you predict, the more, I guess, of our token you would earn.
Very good, very good. So what's in the future for you?
Yeah, so right now we're obviously testing out our application, so we're pretty further ahead in our development. And what we're focusing on is now marketing and switching gears. So we had some raise. We just raised under $3 million. In September, we're looking to do another raise of about $15 million. More details come soon. But essentially now we're looking to go to market now and get users onto the platform. So we're partnering with existing esports companies. We're partnering with existing sportsbooks, casinos, and some major announcements will be coming out soon regarding those partnerships. But essentially now is switching gears and now getting people onto the platform, placing bets, and having fun going up against somebody else, whether it's a friend or somebody across the world.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for being on the show. I think it's a great concept. I think it's going to take off, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.